We are taught to view success as an unbroken line. From the first grade to the first promotion, the cultural expectation is a smooth, upward climb, where every achievement stacks perfectly on top of the last. This model offers zero tolerance for error. A single misstep, one failed project, or one public rejection doesn't just pause the graph, it shatters the entire projected path. When you hit that first massive failure, the impact is visceral. It feels like a permanent stain on your record, exposing a personal flaw you spent years trying to polish away. In reality, the failure itself rarely ends a career. The lasting damage comes from how we process the wreckage. Our default reaction to a shattered ego is to hide the evidence. We scramble to collect the pieces and pretend the break never occurred, desperate to maintain the illusion of being unbroken. We apply a psychological invisible glue to our flaws. We omit failures from our resumes and rehearse interview answers that pivot from our actual mistakes, hoping to pass as pristine. This constant concealment breeds a persistent state of terror. When your professional identity relies on hiding past collapses, you live in fear that a single tough question will expose the cracks and prove you're a fraud. Real career dominance requires the exact opposite strategy. Instead of covering the cracks, you must learn to illuminate them. This strategy is found in Kintsugi, the ancient Japanese art of repairing broken pottery. Kintsugi artisans rejoin broken fragments using a lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The goal is to make the repair impossible to ignore. Traditional restoration attempts to return an object to its original, perfect state. Kintsugi rejects this, choosing to celebrate the history of the break by turning the fracture into a highlight. This technique provides a disciplined methodology for navigating career setbacks. It moves failure from a source of shame to a source of data. By treating a disaster as an opportunity for refinement, you transform a period of ruin into an active period of construction. The process begins with gathering the pieces. Conduct a cold, objective assessment of the failure, looking directly at the rejection letter or failed venture without excuses. Identify the specific flaws that caused the break, finding the exact point your judgment gave way under pressure. Then you apply the gold. The gold is the specific, actionable lesson extracted from the disaster, the unique insight that only someone who has failed in this exact way could possess. The final step is illumination. You integrate the setback into your personal story. You mention the failure in meetings and use it to explain your current decision-making process. When you stop hiding your mistakes, they stop being liabilities. They become proof of your ability to adapt, learn, and persist. In Kintsugi, the repaired object is often more valuable than the original. The addition of gold and the complexity of the repair lines make it a one-of-a-kind piece, structurally reinforced at its previous points of weakness. High-stakes environments value proven resilience over theoretical potential. A flawless candidate is an unknown quantity in a crisis. They haven't been tested. A candidate who survived a total collapse and rebuilt their career is a known quantity. They've demonstrated the capacity to function after a break. In a marketplace of uniform, polished professionals, your history of recovery and the specific lessons you learned while rebuilding are your true differentiators. Owning your golden scar removes the psychological barrier of fear. Once you've survived your worst professional nightmare and used it to grow, the threat of future failure loses its power. This lack of fear allows you to take the type of large, calculated risks that your perfect peers are too terrified to even consider. Your greatest failures are not reasons to quit. They are the raw materials you need to build something stronger. Don't hide your scars. Turn them to gold.